Welcome back to the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway for our charity week here in the Coast to Coast Racing League. We continue on with night number 4 of the Dirt Track Bank World Finals here. Tonight's night is non-qualifier night. It's brought to you by our good friends at Gambler Motorsports. Well, it's the first night tonight where drivers that did not make the top 6 on into the show, they'll have a chance at getting the top 3 spots out of each class to lock themselves into the field for Thursday night. We'll find out later on and see who gets it done then. Good evening, friends. Marty Sakala with you. Welcome back to Charlotte. I'm so glad you could join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Well, if you missed us on the first couple of nights here in our first 2 nights of Coast to Coast Racing action, it's actually non-qualifier night number B. Excuse me. So as we get set to go there, let's just set the scene here for all the folks here that are watching at home. Last night, non-qualifier night number A. The following 3 drivers to transfer out of that go like this. First off, in our 360s, it was Dylan Hauser, Aiden Young, Brennan Lacey that made up the top 3 and are locked into the show in 360 sprints. In Pro Late Model, Dylan Hauser took the win once again, followed up by Brennan Lacey and Zach Chapman. They're in the show with the Fender division. And then in our 358 Modifieds, Cale Smith, Brandon Templeton, and Dean Reynolds took the checkered flag. We are in for a heck of a treat later on here tonight to figure out who will be our final 3 drivers that have made it in. So, here are a list of the 15 drivers that are locked in so far. First, with our sprint cars, we'll get to each one later on in the show. Your top 6 in qualifier night number 1 on Friday night. Patrick Spangler, Kyle Moonen, Steven Spees, Randy Shreve, Steven Goldner, Mike Vitale. In qualifying night number 2, Isaac Salas, Jeff Flero, Nick Vickery, Mike Carter, Jeff Barker, and Connor Ross. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind. We have our first dice roll coming up later tonight. It will take place between the Pro Late Models and the 358 sessions. So Roger will come on and do the dice roll. Here's how it's going to work. If you're on the odd number, which represents Friday, qualifying night number 1, that's the inside roll. If it's an even number, then the qualifier night number 2 from Saturday, the top 6 there, will take the inside row. So it'll be a lot of fun to see what happens. And that's going to be done in each division, the same division. No matter if it's even or odd in different numbers, that's going to be one dice roll. That number, all the classes will determine it. So we'll find out what happens later on here. So as we get set for our first session, which is with the 360s, let's review the times here at the moment in qualifying here for the non-qualifiers. Dustin Sargent the quickest at a 12:09.59. Preston Cranmer second, 12:09.88. Then Lance Ripka third with a 13:004. Zach Neubauer rides in fourth spot with a 13:050, and Bruce Hilton fifth with a 13:185. This is a look at Ryan Beagle on the track, currently 7th quick at a 13:240. Again, so glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let's explain tonight how it's going to work once again. So it's the same thing as last time out, on Friday and Saturday. We reset the grid to 15% the track state during qualifying. All fixed setups, no inverts. Practice, qualifying, heats, and features. Car count is set at 16 drivers, so we should not have any issues at all when it comes to drivers not making the field. Of course, the sprint car action we had has been unbelievable all weekend long. If you missed Saturday night, I was on the broadcast for Saturday night's activities. You got to go back and watch the sprint car feature. Unbelievable race we had there between Isaac Salas and Jeff Flero. Wild one overall as well. That was a lot of fun to watch. So, a couple other guys on the racetrack. Zach Neubauer in the 52. Lance Ripka in the 125. Each out on the speedway, getting some final laps going, trying to make sure the car is set to go. Keep in mind, all fixed setups here, so everyone's got the same setup. They just got to figure out the momentum and how the car can drive better. So checkers are out here on our practice session. We are set to go for qualifying for the 16 drivers. 3 minutes of qualifying on the clock. Once we get 3 minutes, no more laps will count. So get you your first driver here on the track. And it's Smokin' Joe Halter, driving car number 22 here. That's the Dirt Track Bank Machine Got Your 6 Racing Network car, as he's underway with lap number 1. Haven't seen him in a while in a 360 sprint car, but a couple of weeks. So we're glad to see him finally out here making the trip. So Halter setting the bar here on lap number 1 as the times come in. 13:4:15, the bar to set. Preston Kramer beats that 13:35. Joseph Grandy may be able to capture a quick time. Quickest in Sector 1 of any driver. He goes second quick. 13:24. Lance Ripka's the quickest at a 13:2:08. Dustin Sargent goes up to 9th quick. See if Grandy can improve just a bit. Jeff Sharp goes quick time. Grandy takes it back, though. 13:173 for the driver of the 518. Dustin Sargent stays put in 9th. Here's Kevin Davis in the 121. 5th quick on the track. 13:3:12. Robert Lynch Jr. goes 11th quick at a 13:5:47. Davis improves to 4th, 13:2:87. Here comes Beagle across the line. Pleading lap number 1 goes 4th quick at a 13:2:52. Just about a minute left on the clock in qualifying. All drivers are completing laps here. Nobody fading out in the back as Davis is off the pace there. Mike Schultz in the 16 goes up to 5th quick. 13:2:87 tied with Kevin Davis. We'll get you his time across the line. Zach Neubauer, meanwhile, underway on lap number 1. Schultz, he goes 4th quick. 13:2:44. Final driver to qualify, Zach Neubauer in car number 52 in the VMRF's Miko machine. GTR simulator car is Neubauer, goes 6th quick, 13:2:84 on lap number 1. Final drive to qualify in the 360 sprints across the line. He is slower off a 10th, so he stays 6th quick on the racetrack. And so that'll do it for qualifying here for the 360 sprints in non-qualifier Night B. And the quickest time of a 13:173 in the 518, Joseph Grandy gets it done here at Charlotte. So, again, we're so glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let us know who you were rooting for in chat. We'll be sure to give you a shout out for you on the air tonight. And of course, we can't do it without all of our fine sponsors. You'll see them here on the bottom of your screen throughout the night. Dirt Track Bank, Super Dirt Car Series amongst the notables here. And so we've got 2 heats set for you tonight here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the 360 sprints. Let's meet the field. Here's the starting lineup for heat race number 1. No invert, by the way, unlike it is on Monday nights. Joseph Grandy and Lance Ripka on row number 1. Ryan Beagle and Kevin Davis in row number 2. Then it's Dean Reynolds and Preston Kramer on row number 3. Row 4 is Matt Telder and Robert Lynch Jr. A lot of drivers with some special schemes in Honor Mission 22. You take a look at what Preston Kramer and Dean Reynolds have done. Top to bottom of your screen. That's Dean's car in the Mission 22 machine. And you got Preston right here in the 07. Those are some nice cars. Lights are off here on the pace truck, 1 lap to green. We do want to take an opportunity to show you later on in the broadcast in what the pace truck looks like. And I tell you what, Nick Vickery has done God's work once again, making this amazing pace truck. So, again, get it to you later on here in the show. But we're set to take the green flag. Winner starts on pole for tonight's 25-lap feature. We're underway. Grandy gets away with the jump, clears Ripka early. Ryan Beagle inside of row 2, trying to get to second on Ripka. Everyone 2 by 2 as Grandy leads lap 1, has everyone cleared. Dean Reynolds on the sun on Davis, moves Davis up the track. Around he goes, collecting Matt Towder. And Davis with front wing damage early. He will go to the B main likely for some extra practice. Driver's got to be careful to avoid running over that front wing as it could do damage to the suspension. Reynolds currently in that final transfer spot, and that's 79. Dealing with Preston Kramer from behind. You're right on board with Dean. Runs a higher groove, tries to test the cushion. Open the door for the Ayla Outlaw for just a moment as we are halfway home here in our first heat. Oh, Kramer with a send there, looking for that 4th spot. Meanwhile, Grandy still leads, Ripka second. Again, Kramer taking a peek underneath, does not work, 2 laps to go. There's Kramer again on the send. Back and forth, the Mission 22 cars refusing to lose. Dean's got Preston cleared. Leaves the door open for the Ayla Outlaw. Still with 4th at the moment. Final lap is underway. Grandy's still leading by 4.5 tenths up on Lance Ripka. We know Grandy's going to win it. Who's going to take 4th and who goes to the B main? Reynolds goes up the racetrack. Is it enough? Yes, it is. Dino takes 4th. Preston Kramer, the first car in the B main. Ripka and Beagle also join in on the transfers. So Grandy takes the win in Heat 1. He starts on pole position tonight. So now we move on to our second heat race of the evening. The lineup looks like this. Jeff Sharp and Mike Schultz on row number 1. Zach Neubauer and Rich Holland on row number 2. Joe Halter and Bruce Hilton on row 3. Dustin Sargent and Gary Sigelkow rounding out the field. Not the run that we expected from Big Money. One of your hottest drivers in our Raiders point standings coming on in. And starts 7th in this heat race. Hello to the Professor, John Hine, watching as he's rooting for the big dog in Ryan Beagle. John, I don't think is racing in the sprint cars, but is... And I don't see him on the list for late models, but 358s, I'm pretty sure he's on. He's not, so I think he's hoping for a provisional. If so, if he decides to race. John, let me know what's the heck's going on, man. So. Anyway, set to go here for our second heat race. Winner starts on the outside of row number 1. Jeff Sharp and Mike Schultz will bring us to green for our second heat race of the evening with the 360s. And Schultz gets the jump, shuts the door on Jeff Sharp early. Holland and Neubauer nearly touch for the 3rd position going into turn number 3. Just about 3 wide for 5th on back. Hilton trying to get the advantage as Schultz leads lap 1. Sharp going a different angle. Trying to test the bottom waters. Holland's got to run on the cushion and take 2nd from Jeff. So Sharp hanging on the ropes early. Washes up the racetrack. Allows Neubauer to challenge for 3rd. And the 52's got it. Holland, though, quickest car on the racetrack. 13:44 last lap. We'll see how it stands this lap. And it's Dustin Sargent this lap of 13:41, but scored in 6th. Neubauer tested on the bottom, but not working at all. There you see Big Money right in 5th, trying to run away from Bruce Hilton. But the driver of the 10 still fighting back. That's the battle to start 2nd in the B main. Back to that battle for the 2 spot, maybe even for the race lead. Neubauer trying to clear Holland. He does for right now. 52 all over Schultze's spoiler wing, the fuel bar, whatever you want to call it, for the race lead. But I think from what we learned after Saturday night, going to be a lot of patience for the drivers. Gary Sigelkow has crashed. We stay under the green flag, obviously. Final lap is underway. There's Sigelkow, who has stalled it on the infield. Neubauer with one last chance. Sends it down to the inside. No slider coming from him. Does he get the bite? He doesn't. Schultze wins the heat. So Grandy and Schultz on the front row for tonight's 25-lap feature. Neubauer, Holland, and Sargent transfer on in. Dustin was able to get sharp for 4th before the final lap. And so now we get our extra practice session for our B main, set for 10 laps, and the lineup looks like this. Preston Cranmer and Jeff Sharp make up row number 1. Robert Lynch Jr. and Bruce Hilton on row 2. Matt Telder and Joe Halter row number 3, and Kevin Davis, Gary Sigelkow make up the 4th and final row. John says I'm not racing in this event in any class, but he was thinking of coming and joining me. You want to come on in, John? Come on. Let's have some fun. Dean and Isaac decide let's focus on the charity event. Let's focus on trying to get Dean on in. And I opened up a room in case they wanted to join, but they want to try and get Dean to win, and I completely get it. So all right, 1 to go until we take the green flag. Again, 10 laps here for our B main. Set for the green flag. Cranmer and Sharp to bring us to green. Nice job from Cranmer to get the jump. 3 wide down the back. Bumping and banging, and around goes Toller again. Robert Lynch Jr. joins in. Not what Matt Telder wanted at all, and chances are he may have to start from last here tonight. For the race lead, Jeff Sharp challenging on the Ayla Outlaw, on board with Jeff. Preston's making the bottom line work, though, 13.62. He did that a lot throughout the B mains he was involved in on Saturday night, whether it be this or whether it be the 358s. Let's go to 3rd. Bruce Hilton against Kevin Davis. Davis rebounding after losing the front wing in heat race number 1. Gary Sigelkow up there in 5th, and Sigelkow trying to take the cleanup spot away. Around the outside, nice move from Gary. He's got the quickest lap in this B main, 13:41. Can he clear for 4th? The answer is yes. Halter now all over Davis. And Smokin' Joe decides, let's send it to the bottom. Not working there, though. Sigelkow making some moves. Look at this. Go, Gary. Go up to 3rd. Little bit of contact. Nothing of too much harm. Gary even up in the chocolate chips, taking 3rd spot away. He has the quickest car on the racetrack at the moment, but 2.2 seconds behind Preston Kramer with 2 laps to go. Kevin Davis has spun the car out. Oh, no. What the heck did I say earlier this week? Rule number 1 of sprint car racing, of racing any kind. If you get involved in a wreck, hold on to the damn brake. So Kevin Davis, Robert Lynch Jr. will start from the final 2 rows as we get the checkered flag here, the final 2 spots, I should say. Kramer wins the B main, followed by Sharp, Sigelcal, Hilton, and Halter. Joe Dirt is coming in and says, and the stash is gone. Unfortunately, it is. If you're a part of the Coast to Coast Racing League Lounge, I made a post on it saying that the stash, I have shaved the stash after the Yankees lost. So, Canellis is rooting for Preston Kramer tonight. All right, we've got our warm-up watch here. Our first feature of non-qualifier night B coming up in just under 3 minutes. So stay with us. Checkers are out on warm-ups. Dustin Sargent the quickest at a 13.558. So what do you say, folks? Let's get this going. First feature of the evening for Night B of non-qualifier action. Let's get you your starting lineup. On the front row, Joseph Grandy in the 518 and Mike Schultz in the 16. Row number 2, it's the Ripper, Lance Ripka in the 125 and Zach Neubauer in the 52. Row number 3, it's the big dog Ryan Beagle in the 84 and Rich Holland in the 116. Row 4, it's the Dino, Dean Reynolds in the 79 and Dustin Big Money Sargent in the 77. Rounding out the top 10, the A-Lit Outlaw, Preston Cranmer in the 07, and Jeff Sharp in the 28. Row 6, Gary Sigelkow in the 25, and Bruce Hilton in car number 10. Row 7 is Smokin' Joe Halter in the number 22, and Matt Telder in the number 2. And rounding out the field tonight, Kevin Davis in the 121, and Robert Lynch Jr. in car 121, 021 and 121. So we're one lap away from taking the green flag. 25 circuits around the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Top 3 will make it into the show, lock themselves in. Everyone else, they've got to go through soup mode. Alphabet Soup begins on Tuesday night and lasts until Wednesday. Joseph Grady and Mike Schultz ready to bring us to the green flag. Here we go. Who's going to go in? We're about to find out. We're green with the sprints. Grandy off the corner, gets the clear easy on Mike Schultz. Ripka challenging to the inside. Ripper pulls the slider up on Schultz as Grandy leads lap 1. Schultz falls back to third. Caution, Robert Lynch Jr. has taken her into the infield and may have some damage, going for a quick repair, but I don't see any damage on the 121. He's got something that we don't know about. That lap was scored for those wondering at home. Look at what happened. He did catch the wall with the right rear. May have broken a shock or something, so that's what happened to Lynch. Hello, Professor.
Yeah, as I say, that's not a good way to start your race, is it?
Not at all. It's right on board with Robert Lynch Jr. Yes, the Professor John Hine joining us in the booth here. A little surprise guest we got here tonight.
Yeah, kind of tough watching this and being on the sidelines a little bit, but it's a welcome break for me.
Absolutely. So we will have one lap until we get the green flag. John, I'm curious, you got that link, by the way, still?
No, I don't. I don't even have my camera hooked up. So.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say, if you had your camera all set, come join me in the booth. I need a friend. Plus, the world needs to see me without a stash.
Well, you can put yourself up there, you know.
I don't have the camera set up for a one-person shot like that. I only do it for 2 or 3 to look like an actual booth.
Well, do you got any of the guys within cars?
Nope, I don't do that anymore because I have the commentary booth.
Gotcha.
I do want to bring it back, though. So, all right, anyway. Set to come back to green again. All single file restarts for sprint car action. Grandy leads, Ripka second, Schultz third, Neubauer fourth, and Beagle fifth. We'll put 2 laps up on the board, this time by when we come back to green. A good restart from Joseph Grandy there. As Ripka up in the wall, just about rode it. Allows Shorts to challenge, caution. And Matt Telder, upside down he goes. Same with Kevin Davis. XG Joe Halter correction. That's on his lead, and caution's out once again.
Yeah, that was a case of 2 guys, the number 2 there and 22 of Halter going for the same spot. But, you know, Marty, this is getting to be, you know, like it's called a last chance qualifier for a reason. I mean, the pressure's ratcheted up here. You're running out of chances to get into this big show. And, and you know, there's money on the line, too.
That's a bad send there. Going in the corner, here's another angle. Watch Telder in the 22 car. That was just a bad move to send it on, but yes, Halter did come down.
Yeah, Halter came down, and I don't think Halter expected him to be in there because he went in there pretty quick. But you know, that's to me, I chalk that up as a complete racing deal. Halter came down about a lane and a half, and then the number 2 was there, and it's just like I said, 2 guys basically going for the same spot.
That's a wild flip for Matt Telder, though, up and over with all those cars next to him. Kevin Davis was behind all this. Unfortunately, he was a victim of this. Even up on the outside with absolutely nowhere to go, just ka-chows the field.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a last chance race, so I mean the chances of getting into the big show on Thursday are dwindling here, and you know, with money being on the line, everything else, guys are gonna ratchet up the intensity here, you know. So I think we're gonna in for a long, eventful night.
Absolutely, we are. So anyway, no change on the top 5 as we did not complete that lap under the green flag. That lap, though, goes off the board as it's under caution. 3 go up this time by as Grandy brings us back to the green flag. Another good jump. Schultz challenging on the bottom for the runner-up position. Does it work off a 2? Not just yet. Kevin Davis and Bruce Hilton have crashed. Sigelcow goes around. No caution. We stay green for right now, and that should be a caution there, yes.
Yeah, those guys are sitting in the track when the leaders are coming around there. That's that'll make you stand up in your seat.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Fans are probably freaking out why the caution came out so late.
Yeah, and the number 10, when he's trying to turn around on the track, just turned right down into traffic.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, he didn't turn down the traffic. He was just moving, and traffic was like trying to avoid him. Yeah, that's a case where you probably need to hold your brake until the field gets by. But
that's my
Sargent there. Sargent may have gotten some damage.
Oh, Dustin Sargent there. You see it there in the aftermath. He did spin out, but I don't see that many damage. So on the next edition of, hey, I'm Peter Griffin. You know what really grinds my gears? Had to say it, I'm sorry. Second time we've seen this issue break out tonight. Yeah, it just came up into, I think that's Sigelcow on the 25 that went sideways. It was.
Yeah, that's a tough break, and Sargent's a guy who's pretty quick.
Absolutely. Do we have time for one more onboard? I think we do. Yeah, lights are still on the pace car. So we can watch Bruce Hilton in all of this. Just came in a little bit too deep on Gary Sigelcow there. All right, lights are off the pace truck. I think we are good. And we are. Joseph Grandy leads, Mike Schultz second, Lance Ripka third, Zach Neubauer fourth, Ryan Beagle fifth. 5 laps go up on the board this time, 20 laps to go. Back under the green flag, Grandy fires. Neubauer, the first guy to ride the top. Everyone else just holding their ground on the middle to bottom. Neubauer challenges the big dog, thinks about the slider. Does not work. Grandy leads, has a half-second advantage early on Mike Schultz.
Yeah, I know we always talk about Brennan Lacey and the low side there, but you watch that
Caution.
84. If that low side gets going, man.
Gary Sigelcow has brought the caution flag out. Go ahead there, John.
I was going to say, Ryan Beagle's a guy that'll make that bottom work.
Absolutely. See what happened to Gary. Ah, ooh, he caught the wall there in turn 1 and just lost all complete control of the car.
Yeah, and he was in trouble back on the straightaway.
Yeah, you could tell when he came off turn 4. It's like he hit a bump or something.
Yeah, and this isn't a car that Gary runs that often, and that's a big thing about this event. You've got guys that, you know, like me, that's more of a late model guy, you know, coming and running a sprint car can be challenging, you know, and some of these guys that don't run these cars, you know, they have to adjust. These cars are a different beast than a late model.
Indeed.
And Gary likes the modifieds.
Indeed. Absolutely.
But I do all right in the sprints, though. I do like them.
Yeah, you've won a championship in a sprint.
I have.
But we all know you do race a late model in real life.
Well, not anymore, but yes, at one point.
Okay. So we're set to come back to green. 7 laps go up on the board this time. No change really amongst the top 5. We saw Beagle try to aim for 4th, but that did not work. Still no change though of it from the drop of the green flag as Grandy fires. Did run the fastest lap, by the way, that last time by at a 14:22. 3 cars up top, the top 2 on the bottom. Schultze switches lanes. Can he ride it without catching the wall? I think everyone trying to go top dominant here. Meanwhile, Preston Cranmer looks, cautions out Jeff Sharp and Kevin Davis around in turn 4. And we've got a Crab Walker and Kevin.
Yeah, and that was actually 2 different incidents. The 28 there caught the inside tire and Davis caught the outside wall. So Sharp was on the bottom having an issue with the tires and Davis was on the top having an issue with the wall.
This is with Jeff. Right there, hits the Tory tire, hits 2 of them. And you see Kevin Davis there did spin. Let's show you that part with Davis.
Yeah, the spinning part was almost synchronized.
Yeah, just caught the wall with the right rear, and again, no control. We also had another situation with Sigel. I think was this where he came back out on the track? Yeah, it was. Hope he didn't spin out coming back on the track. Nope, we're good. So a lot more cautions than we have seen here at this moment, John. Do you think it's just because there's a lot of intensity to just try and avoid having to go down to those worst alphabet soups from your E main, your D main, even the C main?
Yeah, 100%. Your sense of urgency behind the wheel has got to be heightened. You know, nobody wants to go run the alphabet soup. And when you're staring at that, but you're staring at your ticket, you know, that could be 2 or 3 places ahead of you. Your appetite might get bigger than what your stomach is. That kind of scenario where you're gonna maybe try to get a little more than what you can do. And that's probably a little bit at what's play here.
Soup Night does begin tomorrow from E to C, brought to you by the Salty Dogs race team. 12 laps our E main, 15 laps the D main, and 20 laps the C main. Wednesday nights are our B mains that are set at 25 laps. Then our features 50, 360, 75 late models, and 100 for the 358s. 9 laps are complete, back to green. Better restart from Ripka compared to Schultz. The Ripper tried to rip the top, closes in on Schultze, challenges underneath. Neubauer thinking about going 3 wide. They get together. Up in the wall goes Schultz and Ripka. Schultze's around, no caution. We stay green. Wow.
Man, I don't know what this flagman out here is. I think Barney's hitting the bottle tonight.
Yeah, I think Barney's had a little bit too many drinks at Dingus before hopping on the plane to Charlotte. So Neubauer moves up to 2nd. Preston Cranmer goes to 3rd. We've got a battle for 5th between Dean Reynolds and Dustin Sargent. Trouble is Gary Sigelkow has spun it into the infield. No caution. He moves it into pit road, so we stay green. Quickest car in the track, though, is the big dog in Beagle, looking for that final transfer spot on Preston Cranmer, John.
Yeah, and Kramer's going to move into 2nd, and that's going to kind of put Neubauer on the bottom, and both of those guys just went around him, so now Beagle is in a transfer spot.
Looks like from what we're learning here, this entire track now turning into top dominant. The low side doesn't seem like it's got any moisture in it anymore, as Grandy decides to switch lanes to the bottom in 1 and 2. Beagle thinking about challenging to the bottom, but I think for right now, as we come to 10 to go, John, this is a race of patience.
Yeah, and Beagle's got to be pretty patient. On one hand, you're in the show, so you know that's the big goal here.
Caution.
Caution.
Not sure who it's for. Oh, we got it, Matt Telder. Upside down in 1. Oh, he collects. Is that Ripka? He was. Ripka goes around as well in the aftermath.
Yeah, and it looks like Dean Reynolds and the number 2 there, Telder, got into it in the straightaway. And the Telder was in trouble in turn 4, and trying to gather it up, and Dean just really had nowhere to go and clobbered him up into the wall.
That's the second time they've got into it together tonight, and there you see at the 2 in a wild flip, side over side, end over end. Another angle for you. Then you'll also see the issue with Ripka. There's the slide job Telder attempted. Then he caught the wall, just lost complete control. Reynolds was not able to back it down in time, and there is the wild rollover from Telder. And
that was a hard enough shot for Dean. I'd be a little nervous about the front of that car. It doesn't look like there's any damage, but these cars, I'm telling you, Marty, I've looked at them before, and it's like, hey, you're fine to go, and then you drop the hammer, and it doesn't go.
And there you see it up in the fence, Telder back on all 4 wheels. Let's show you Ripka here if we can.
I really miss iRacing giving you the meatball flag to, hey, let you know you've got some kind of damage there and whatnot. And actually, I think Reynolds does have damage. His right front tire looks kind of towed out a little bit.
We'll show you right here when they come off of turn 2. You'll be able to see it. Yeah, looks like that toe arm does look a little bit bent, and you see the front bumper damage he does have, but keep in mind Isaac did win last night on Saturday night with the front bumper just a little bit bent. So back to green with 9 to go. Grandy brings us down again. Cranmer and Beagle, your top 3 to make the show, and Beagle wasting no time, top dominant. Looking on the A-Lay Outlaw for second. Behind them, how about Dustin Sargent up to 4th? Past Neubauer he goes. Been very quiet through this race. He could have a chance to make the top 3. There he goes outside of Preston Cranmer. Can he get it done into turn number 3? Up in the wall he goes. Goes up in the wall. And oh, he's crab walking. He's out of it. He knows he's out of it. And he collects Dino. Caution. Sigelcal is involved. Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking there's a lot of guys that just took Sargent off their Christmas list. He knew he was in trouble and then kept his foot in it down the straightaway there and really caused some problems for some other guys. But tough break for him too. I mean, he was hauling the mail up there on top.
Absolutely. He was quietly making his way up through the field. And then he caught the wall. And again, this is a thing with the new damage model in iRacing. When you hit that wall, you're toast.
It's game over.
Look at
Dean,
him.
at least Dean has a fast repair, but the problem for Dean, he doesn't have the laps.
Absolutely.
It looks like he is going to be relegated to the soup, at least here in the 360s.
You could see the handfuls that Dustin was doing, just trying to survive with that car. Let's show you Gary Sigelcal here on the onboard too. So, lights go off. There will be 6 laps to go here. So, Ryan Beagle has moved up to the 2 spot. Does he have anything potentially for Joseph Graney to spoil the party?
And don't sleep on the 16. He's starting back there in 6, and we saw him in a lot of trouble, what, 5, 6, 8 laps ago, and he's kind of worked his way back too.
And he started in 6th in the race. Schultz has made his way up to 6th after his incident. Holland is scored 5th. Back to the green. Beagle going top. Grandy trying to protect the slider line.
Beagle's got to get him.
Yeah, he's got to get him right here. 5 laps to go. Grandy slides up. Beagle can close in here. It's 0.2 of a second, the gap between 1 and 2. Again, Beagle rips the top. Here he comes, trying to pull up to the right rear tire. He is right there, John, with 4 to go at the line.
Yeah, and Grandy's doing the right thing by using that slider line down there in 3 and 4, and it's blunting his Beagle's progress there. But
Look at this! Beagle trying to rip it, almost catches the wall. Grandy throws a slider at Ryan Beagle. Caution is out. Neubauer and Reynolds have crashed it in 3.
Boy, Dean just cannot get a break.
Dean cannot catch a break. Oh my goodness, man.
And Neubauer was in the wall all the way in turn 1, hits it again down the backstretch, and then finishes. Wow. I don't know what he hit going into 3, but there's a hidden ramp down there where that exit road is, because Zach hit that in, and it ramped the car.
What in the world? There's a magical hell, like.
Yeah, did you see it?
Yeah! Let's show you another angle here.
Hell, I thought I hit everything on this track at some point in time,
Same.
but I haven't hit that.
Whee!
I'm gonna have to go try find that on my own in a practice session.
May have been that secret. May have been that berm he may have clipped. We'll show you here in the onboards. This will give us a.
Yeah.
This will show us the tail. That little separator between the clay and the grass. Yes, that's what it was. Hang on. We'll show you here for the folks at home. We'll rewind this before we go to green. We'll play this in slow motion. You see it right there. So first you see he's in the wet clay. And then, whoops. And then right there, he hits the back up where the clay is just slickened up and it is just hard. So that's what happened.
And I'll bet you there's nobody that was more surprised than Neubauer when he hit that.
Absolutely. All right, 3 to go. Grandy, Beagle, or the field. We're about to find out. Preston Cranmer with the final transfer spot. 3 laps to settle it. So Grandy gets a free pass for a lap here. But what we learned last time we had the sprints on Saturday night when I broadcasted, Beagle wasted no time. Try not to waste time once again. We're coming to 2 sticks up in the air. 2 to go. Grandy with a 0.3 of a second lead, John.
Yeah, that caution really, really helped Neubauer. But, man, Beagle 1 and 2.
Whoa! Go ahead.
Beagle's going to maybe be able to cross him over coming out of 4. Watch for the crossover coming out of 4.
Final lap. Beagle's ripping the top. He's up there. He passes Grandy for the race lead. Slams the door on the 518. The big dog, baby. Bark at him. Beagle wins. Beagle wins. And he didn't even need a slider to do it.
Look at your first comment tonight on the YouTube page there. I think whoever made a comment was rooting the big dog on.
Absolutely. And how about Jimmy Thompson predicting it, that Beagle would win?
Nice.
That was something. So Beagle, Grandy, and Cranmer, your top 3. We'll talk with them shortly. First one out is Mike Schultz. So I believe because of that, he will not race tomorrow, but he should be racing with us on Wednesday night with the B main. Should be starting on pole position. So we'll get everybody in here. And I think we are good to go here. So we'll begin with our 3rd place finisher, Preston Cranmer. Preston, you made it into the show. Luckily, I do want to ask though, what'd you see in your view from your perspective in trying to close in?
Well, you know, I was really kind of biding my time as it got late in the race. I just kind of got comfortable in being in the top 3. I didn't want to push anything. I watched Ryan. He was real smooth up top except for once, and he got in the wall, and it scared me a little bit. So I backed off a little bit towards the end, saved the last lap or so. I was trying to get the second. Didn't know if it happened. But.
Well, great run for you. Now, what are we thinking? You're in the show. Just talk about what your perspective is now as your next race is Thursday night in the sprint car.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty excited. I'm real happy with where I am at this point. I didn't expect to have qualified in the pro lates coming out of Saturday night, so I was pretty pleased with that. Disappointed in the sprint car race. I was really quick. I'd worked my way towards the front a couple of times, but ended up with the black flag due to an iRacing glitch. So I had to kind of just eat that one. So Glad to be here tonight. I think I had the speed on Saturday, so I think this just kind of made up for it.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just said I got to go qualify for 358s here in a little bit. That's the last one I got. But, yeah, definitely want to shout out all our sponsors, Kreitz Oval Track Parts, Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing, and, of course, everyone hears it all the time from Blake, but Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. You can go to their site, galenspopcorn.com. Use code CART for 15% off. Appreciate everybody watching and everybody signing up for a good charity event.
Absolutely, man. All right, we will let you go. Preston Kramer finishes third. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
So there's the Outlaw finishing in third. Our second place finisher, Joseph Grandy. Joseph, oh, so close, man. Just take us through your perspective in those final laps, man.
After that race, I'm just glad I made it. That's about it. I didn't care if I came in first, second, or third, as long as one of the three.
Absolutely, man. Just how are you trying to set up the defense, trying to hold off Beagle for the win?
I wasn't trying to do any defense unless I was in third, honestly. If he was faster than me, I was going to let him right on by. I wasn't going to gamble with the wall, so I'll take it.
You're in the show, though, luckily. I know you'll take that, too.
Yeah, I had a rough Saturday, so.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I'd like to thank you for the broadcast, Coast to Coast for everything they do, and all their sponsors.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Great second place run, Joseph. We'll see you Thursday.
Yep, appreciate it. Hopefully I see you 2 more times tonight.
Absolutely. So Joseph Grant finishing in second spot here is we go to Victory Lane here for our non-qualifier event. The big dog, Ryan Beagle, is back. Man, how's that feel coming out clutch and leading the final lap?
It feels good. I suck in a 360 sprint car here, and I had Goldner and Lacey coaching me through that to get my butt to the top. So got to thank those guys.
Absolutely, man. When we had that caution with 3 laps to go, was that what you wanted or not really?
Not really. I was kind of in a rhythm, and actually all those cautions hurt me because I'd get in a rhythm, and then you had to get back into it, and that's never easy to do.
Absolutely, man. It is for sure. Now that you made it into the big show, what are you thinking about as we head to Thursday?
Just survive, I think. It's, 50 laps?
Yep.
So you just got to be there at the end, I guess.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Just everybody puts this deal on, and Goldner and Lacey again, they definitely helped me out a lot there.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Great run, and we'll see you Thursday. Congrats.
Thank you.
Ryan Beagle is in Cool Ray Victory Lane, and he takes it on home. And we will, at this time, pot up your official results here. Ryan Beagle wins. Joseph Grandy second. Preston Kramer third. Mike Schultz fourth, and Rich Holland fifth. Margin of victory just a quarter of a second. 9 cars were left on the lead lap, and that is how they all finish here. So we're going to pause here and take a break, and when we come back, it is late model time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network and the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. Stay with us.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
This October, some of iRacing's best dirt racers come together for one of the biggest A-days ever. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte, and the Dirt Track Bank World Finals presented by the Dirt Alliance. Fixed 360s, Pro Late models, and small block modifieds collide for 7 action-packed nights in a pursuit of a guaranteed purse of $1,500. 3 champions and an overall world champion will be crowned. Register now for this great event. Go to c2crl.com for more information. The World Finals run from October 21st to the 27th. 100% of registration goes to Mission 22 in their fight to end veteran suicide. A joint effort between the Coast2Coast Racing League, Friday Night Lights, and Dirt Track Bank, a division of Malvern Bank. Don't miss it.
This November, dirt racing's most celebrated stars align in an electrifying spectacle. The World of Outlaws World Finals. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, World of Outlaws Case Late Models, and Super Dirt Car Series Big Blocks collide. 4 action-packed nights, 3 season champions. Get your tickets now. November 2nd through the 5th at the Dirt Track at Charlotte.
I am Sergeant Clay Warren. I suffered from PTSD. In 2013, I ended my own life. Now my voice has been brought back to speak to people like me. Know that you're not the only one. Things can get better. You don't have to carry that burden anymore. Speak up now to get the help that you need.
22 veterans end their lives every day. You just heard the reconstructed voice of one of them. Seek help at mission22.com.
Well, welcome you back here to the Coast2Coast Racing Network here. Sunset happening here at the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, we continue our live coverage of the Dirt Track Bank World Finals, a division of Malvern Bank. Dirt Track Bank, the official sponsor of the Coast2Coast Racing League World Finals. You can check them out online at dirttrack.bank, member FDIC. Been such a great group to work with all season long. Dirt Track Bank is banking on the high banks, even without bricks and mortar. Our online bank is for the racer, the fan, the curious, or anyone who wants to be a part of something cool. Jay Burdick, the president of Malvern Bank, has developed an online bank to support his passion for dirt track racing and to give everyone associated with the world of dirt track racing a bank they can call their own. Take some hot laps and learn more about Dirt Track Bank at dirttrack.bank. Want to give a shout out as well while we are at it to Nick Vick. He's a pace truck for the World Finals, the Dirt Track Bank Mission 22 Chevy Silverado. John, he does a hell of a job.
Yeah, you know, he does. He does my paints, yeah, I'm a big fan of his work for sure. I've even snuck on the track and I'm in a VMR paint, and you can actually, if anybody likes that work, they can go out to Facebook and look up VMR E-Wraps and shoot them a message and they can set you up.
Absolutely. So we are set to go with the late models. Oh, sorry, yes, with the late models. Let's give you the drivers that are already locked in the Pro Late Model show. First off, the 6 drivers that made it in each qualifier night: Steven Spies, Aiden Young, Brandon Templeton, Kyle Moonen, Patrick Spangler, Mike Vitale in night number 1. Night 2 went to Michael Carter, Cale Smith, Nick Vickery, Lance Ripka, Jeff Barker, and Preston Kramer. Our non-qualifiers were Dylan Hauser, Brennan Lacey, and Zach Chapman. So that's how that all went down. And so that we are just about ready to go here for qualifying. We've got 19 drivers that have made the call here at Charlotte, and so we will pull up the speeds here for you. It is Kevin Davis currently quickest at a 15.095. Isaac Salas second, 15.099. Joseph Grandy is third, 15.192. Peter Brias is fourth with 15.193. And John, you're actually racing in this, man. You're fifth, 15.203.
I'm not. If my wife caught me on here and my doctors caught me on here, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I was just wanting to take some laps.
Uh-oh.
I'll be DQing myself. I'm already in. The reason why I've been out, I had a small procedure on my shoulder and just trying to recover, give it a little time to heal. But I'm kind of trying to drive with one hand, and I think I could probably do it if I was either in the lead or way behind everybody. But if I'm around people, I probably would be a weapon, I'm thinking.
So you're pretty much trying to be like Dale Earnhardt. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of working, but
there's nothing wrong with
like
that.
I said, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I wouldn't be that. Well, man, I really want to race, but like I said, I could probably get myself in some trouble if I do.
Jeff Flero says, who leads Renegade points? I believe that's Kyle Moonen right now, if I recall correctly. No, it's not Moonen. I'm sorry. Sorry, we're not really thinking about Renegades here too much at the moment. It is currently John Hine, the professor, is your points leader. So for those wondering,
it's not gonna finish up there. I don't know what's going on. I guess those guys felt sorry for me and said, "Hey, we'll let the late model guy have the lead for a week."
All right, qualifying is about to take place. First driver out on the racetrack, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Trying to get some redemption after being so close to winning in the sprint car. Let's see if he can do it in a late model. So lap number 1 is underway. Grandy coming through 3 and 4. He'll set the bar here on lap number 1. Quickest of anyone in this lap. 15.261 is the time. Start to come flying in. Robert Lynch goes second, 15.841. Rich Holland goes second. Kevin Fry goes second. Here's Randy Shreves on lap number 1. Waiting for his time. And we got no time, actually. I'm sorry. Peter Brees currently second quick, 15.45. Across the line he goes for Salas. Quick time, 15.208. First slide job, Isaac Salas. John Hine, meanwhile, out on the racetrack. Let's see if he can improve his time on lap number 2. He cannot. Go to Mark Gilbert, 6th quick, trying to beat a 15.452. It's going to be close. And 15.43. Peter Bria, 7th quick, 15.453. Let's see if he can beat that lap. Off by a 10th. Mike Schultz, 10th quick on lap number 1. Let's go to Kevin Davis here on lap 1 as he comes across the line. Davis goes 5th, 15.38. Back to Mike Schultz as he finishes his second lap. Looks to be just a bit slower, up by 200s. Here's Stephen Goldner across the line. 4th quick for Stephen, 15.293, and car number 30. Joan LaFawn coming to the green flag for lap number 1. Here's Goldner wrapping up his second lap. See if it's slower, and it is. Let's go to LaFon as he works on lap number 1. Under 30 seconds to go here in qualifying. LaFon quickest in sector 2. Hang on. 5th quick for LaFon. A bad sector 1. 15.297. Better sector 1 though for LaFon. Let's see if he can improve though in sector 2. He still owns the quickest. He still could get the quickest time. No, off by 400, so he is 5th quick. And that will do it for qualifying. Isaac Salas has the fast time award, 15.208. And Kim is loving it at the moment in the chat. So 3 heats are set to go here for our late models, and we're good for our first heat race. Let's get you your starting lineup. Again, no invert here. Keep in mind with this event. Isaac Salas and Stephen Gollner on row number 1. Kevin Davis, Peter Brias, row 2. Mike Schultz and Ryan Beagle round out the 3rd row. Oh, no issues for Salas. He had the car in gear in reverse by mistake. And already we don't even come to the green flag. We haven't even taken the white flag yet before we take the green. He's got a damaged spoiler.
I think the word oops comes to mind. You know, on the sprint cars, I've done something similar, but, you know, because you don't use the gears in the sprint car. Once the iRacing releases, if your foot's on the pedal, you roll. And I've been in the grid before where I've had my foot down on the pedal, not thinking about it, and then iRacing went live with us, and I shot off and hit the guy in front of me. That was embarrassing.
Oh, boy. Isaac about to make the not top 10. Hey, he made it last month with his commentary.
Yeah, that would be a not top 10 moment,
yes,
for sure.
It's not as good as what happened in Lernerville. So, but we'll see what happens here. Winner starts on pole position for heat race number 1. It's Salas and Gollner that bring us to the green flag. It's time to go late model racing. And they door into turn 1, the front row. Salas trying to clear. Beagle rip at the top. 3 wide off at turn 2 with Bria stuck in the middle for a split second. Gollner looking underneath. Salas, though, shuts the door. Who gets the better yaw? It's Peter Brias up to 3rd, though, past Davis. As Salas leads lap 1, John.
Yeah, and Gollner is all over the back of Salas. Clips the wall a little bit, but Gollner looks like he's up on the wheel here and wants that lead.
On board Steven as he's going to see a damaged spoiler in front. He's got to see that. Got to deal with that, I should say. Different lanes.
Schultz just rolled his car going into 1 with contact between he and Beagle.
Take a look at that in just a moment, but for the race lead, here comes Gollner underneath. Salas, though, leads at the line. That had to be the quickest lap for Gollner by 1.5 tenths, and it was. Side by side for first, side by side for 3rd between Brias and Davis. Davis looking underneath for that 3rd position. Cross flags are up, 4 up and 4 down. Gollner, meanwhile, up the track. Could lead to 3 wide off for 2. Close calls. Davis and Brias had to get on the binders there, John.
Yeah, like I said, Goldner's up on the wheel here. Now, he's a sprint car guy. This is one of the guys I was talking about in the last race that, you know, you got a specialty. Hopping in one of these other cars can present challenges to guys that don't run them that often.
Top 2 run the low side. Brias up the track. Davis looks for 3rd. Lot of speed for that 74. 2 to go in heat race number 1. Brias challenges almost got into that quarter panel of Gollner. That got close there, Professor.
Sure did. But we're coming down to it now. 1 to go.
Final lap is underway for Isaac Salas. Oh, Gollner goes around off of Brias. Keeps it astray. What a save. Falls back to 4th. Will they finish 3rd, 4th? Oh, Gollner got payback. Payback to Brias. Can Brias hold on to 4th? Yes, barely over Beagle. And they're going crazy in turn 1. Man, Isaac has a wishbone in his back pocket. They're surviving. Now, before we show you the lineup for Heat 2, let's show you Schultz here. Got clipped off a Beagle and a weight shift. Look at this flip. Up and over he goes. So that is heat 1 and done. As we move to heat 2. Here's your lineup. John Hine and Jordan LaFon on row number 1. Robert Lynch Jr. and Bob DeGood on row 2. Zach Neubauer and Rich Holland in row 3.
I think I'm going to need my pain meds right after this.
Take one more lap here before we take the green flag. Again, top 4 transfer. Everyone else has extra practice in the B main. Second of 3 heats. So Isaac just told me paddle shifters and a wheel cranked all the way on accident. Hope you can hear that, Isaac, in the chat. Just messing around. We love Isaac. All right, Heat 2 green winner starts on the outside next to Salas. Hine gets away with the jump over LaFon barely. Lynch third. DeGood is fourth for right now. Is everyone having issues with yawing the car through 3 and 4 except for LaFon and Hine. They're second and first respectively. DeGood faces the big pressure from Neubauer. 52 car down low looking for that final transfer spot into our feature for the late models tonight. Neubauer though up the racetrack. DeGood holding on to it for right now, but for the lead. LaFon pressuring John Hine. Hine the better car by 300ths last time by. As they both go low like it's a game of limbo. LaFon with the quickest lap of this heat last time by 15:23. On board with John Hine as you watch him from his rearview mirror. Robert Lynch trying to close on in the 121 rain in third. Neubauer still the final transfer spot in fourth. Got past DeGood a couple moments ago. 3 to go in this heat race. Ooh, Lynch got a little bit slideways off at turn 2. Could allow the 52 to start closing on in. And it is. That's a battle for third spot on the racetrack. Ooh, Lynch is fighting that car big time. He's in trouble. May lose third to Neubauer. Get to the final lap here, though, as Hine and LaFon are battling to start second. And the Savant loser starts from fifth. See if LaFon tries to send it into 3 and 4, and he does. Hine plays defense and slams the door. The Professor takes LaFon to school and wins heat 2. Nice job there, John.
Yeah, and I'll be right back. I got to go get some pain meds.
Lynch and Neubauer joining on the transfer spots. So we move on to heat race number 3. Joseph Grandy and Jeff Flero on row number 1. Mark Gilbert and Matt Telder on row 2. Randy Shreves and Kevin Fry on row 3. Winner starts on the inside of row number 2. Joe Dirt saying, nice job, John. That was a nice run indeed. Luckily, very little issues, by the way, in heat race number 2, so that was great to see. So ready for the green flag. Grandy and Flero set to get this one underway. Good start from Grandy once again. Gilbert just washes about a groove up the racetrack on Flero. No contact though made. 3 wide for the 4th position. Meanwhile, could be 3 wide for 2nd depending on what happens with Telder. Keeps it locked behind Flero. Great racing's happening. Telder up on the wall though. Lost a lot of track position as it's a wild grub schnob for 2nd spot. Kevin Fry trying to send it inside of that number 21. Still stuck in the 5 spot. Joseph Grandy, meanwhile, pulling away from company. 15:37. Jeff Flair actually ran an identical lap time. So see if he can come a step closer to Joseph. And now for 4th. Look at Kevin Fry. Roll it well on Shreves. Cuts off, though. Telder around goes the flying Fry. He just paid a big price for that. You don't shut down Telder or else Telder is hooking you sideways. So Randy Shreves gets a gift there, and he rides in 4th position. Tries to slow Telder down. Mark Gilbert riding in the 3 spot at the moment, up a half second on Randy Shreves. Gilbert, though, in the wall, though. Right rear quarter panel damage. Shreves tries to close in. Looks on the outside. They're slipping and sliding for the 3 spot. Can Shreves make the pass work off of turn 4? And the answer is yes as the final lap is underway. Meanwhile, for Joseph Grandy. Shreves clears Gilbert for 3rd meanwhile. Grandy down the back. Goes 2 for 2 in heat races as he takes heat race number 3. So he'll start from 3rd tonight. Flero 2nd, Shreves 3rd, Gilbert 4th. The bottom 2 down into the B main. So B main time lineup looks like this. Ryan Beagle and Bob DeGood on row number 1. Matt Telder, Mike Schultz, row 2. Rich Holland is inside of row 3. Kevin Fry starts from 6. No call for Fry to grid yet, as he's got just about 30 seconds to do so. I hear the professor is back.
I am.
So Fry is good and we're set to go.
And for the record, I did get yelled at.
Oh boy, the wife not happy?
No, not when I go in there fishing for pain pills, and I haven't taken any now in a couple of days, and yeah, I'll probably pay for this a little later. But physically, not from her. She's cool.
You'll pay it with a free glass of wine. That's what you'll do.
Yeah, not with those pain pills. That would probably put me out for a few days, I think, at this point.
I'm talking about for her.
She gets enough wine out of me every day. Just ask her. I whine about this. I whine about that.
He just went there. Oh.
I did.
So 10 laps an hour B main with 6 cars to determine the final 6 spots. Green flag set to come out. Beagle looking to slide up early in front of Good, and he does. Makes the clear. Telder inside for the runner-up position. Telder may send it. Fry may send it. Everybody is trying to send it here early at Charlotte as Beagle leads the lap. Bumper from Schultz to Good. 3 wide in the corner for the 3 spot, John. This is wild stuff early.
Yeah, and we talked about the last race. The sense of urgency is ratcheting up here. You know, you're running out of chances to get in the big show.
Oh, that's tight. There they go. Schultz around.
Yeah, Schultz pinched him up in the wall there, and that's a tough break for the Good there. And Schultz got the bad end of that, too.
As he flips for the second time in this session alone. 3 laps to complete. Telder, the quickest car on the track, though. The 15:44. Him and Fry may go to work for second spot. Okay, that's something I've seen before in late model racing. Normally when you see that, it doesn't end up pretty. I've seen a car go up on its lid when that happens and instantly, and can tear the fence off immediately. Telder has closed in on Beagle a lot. Here's how it looks the last 5 laps. Beagle has slowed up by about 0.03 to 1/10 of a second. On board with Telder. What's Telder doing better than Beagle from your perspective?
My guess is watching these two, it's going to come down to the right foot here. They're both running a pretty similar line, and Telder looks like he's just getting through the center, which is where you're picking up the throttle, and he probably is just a little bit smoother than Ryan at this point. But Ryan is a really good driver. You give him a few more laps, he'll get this thing figured out, and he's going to be one of the guys to beat in this feature.
Telder up on the wall. That may do it for the win. Gap is a 1/2 second. Not sure how much time he lost. Probably about 1/10 if I were to guess. Yep, 1/10.5 he lost there on that lap. Kevin Fry is 3rd, Rich Holland 4th, and that's likely how they will stay unless issues develop. And so,
yeah, and I'll be honest, I would be more inclined to be right where Telder is. I don't know that if I was sitting there in second that I would go out and challenge the big dog here, because being in second, that means I get the outside row for this feature, and I think I'd rather be there, especially back in the pack, than I would be on the bottom.
and would start in the 14th spot. Beagle gets the checkers. Telder 2nd, Fry 3rd, Holland 4th, DeGood 5th, Schultz 6th. So we will step aside here for the warm-up watch. And when we come back, it's feature time. And do not forget, after the late model feature is our dice roll for the drivers that qualified in on Friday or Saturday. Will the Friday qualifiers start on the inside row, or will the Saturday qualifiers? We'll find out. But first, here's your warm-up watch. We will step aside. in the books here for our warm-up watch. Isaac Salas is the quickest, 15:2:85. So we are set to go late model racing for our second feature of the evening. Let's meet the field. Here is your starting lineup. On the front row, it is Slide Job Isaac Salas in the 05 and the Professor John Hine in the 71. Row number 2, Joseph Grandy in the 518 and Kevin Davis in the 121. Row number 3, Jordan LaFawn in car 11 and Jeff Flero in the 200. And row 4 is Stephen Goldner in the 30, Robert Lynch Jr. in the 121. Rounding up the top 10, Randy Shreves in the 56 and Peter Brias in the 74. Row 6, Zach Neubauer in the 52 and Mark Gilbert in the 76. Row number 7, the big dog, Ryan Beagle in car 84 and Matt Telder in the 2. Row 8, the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21 and Rich Holland in the 116. And rounding out the field tonight, it's Bob D. Good in the 7 and Mike Schultz in car number 16. So come do one lap to green this time by. Let's know your picks to win. In the chat, we got a good one around the corner for you here. Lights are off the pace truck. We are just a lap away from taking the green flag. 17 drivers set to go racing. 25 laps around Charlotte. Again, the top 3 transfer in. 2 of your best drivers of the Coast to Coast Racing League make up the front row. Isaac Salas, Slide Job against the Professor. We're set for the green here at the dirt track of Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who's going to make it in? We're about to find out. Time to get him going. Salas immediately with the slide up in front of John Hyde. Takes the lead immediately. Hyde and Grandy battling for the second spot. No yaw from LaFawn. Losing about a spot, but we got caution on the track. Kevin Fry and Mark Gilbert, and we got Gilbert up on his noggin. Check the replay and show you what happened here. Gilbert got into it with Schultz, was really sideways. Oh, we had Gilbert up on his lid already, and there was just a major stack up from there. Was that Gilbert that flipped twice? I think it was. Watch Gilbert here. Brias that just got hooked from Gilbert. Or Gilbert got hooked from Brias. Holland is there. Tries once again and... yeah, wild ride there. Let's ride on board with Kevin Fry. Look at how sideways he was already. Don't know how he kept that car straight. He got turned once again. I wasn't sure from who. Let's go to Gilbert. Ouch. Hard crash for Gilbert. Try this once again here as we're back to green. Apologies for the technical difficulties. You knew that was coming at one point. Grandy trying to slide up on Hine. Hine a little sideways after contact from Kevin Davis as we are 2 laps in the books. Grandy sliding back up on the Professor. Crisscross from Hine. Oh boy, this is some fantastic stuff. And Grandy goes around. Grandy goes around off of Davis. Caution waves. And we're hearing Mark Gilbert may be involved as well. Nope, he's just coming by. On board with the 518. Davis just put him up in the wall and said, see ya, you're done. Just that may be as well, just drivers fighting for the same piece of real estate too. So, John, what did you see from your perspective in that? That was just wild.
I felt a nudge over in 4, and then he slid right across my nose in 2. I crossed him over, and by the time I got to 3, the caution was out. So I'm not sure what happened or what went down there. I was pretty lucky not to get turned myself because the way he came up and whatnot, I had to. He's lucky I didn't turn him there, not because I wanted to. It was because I can't react quite that fast.
Absolutely. So we'll try this once again. Field will double up, rack them and stack them. 3 laps go up on the board this time. Isaac Salas and John Hine, row number 1. Jordan LaFawn, Kevin Davis, row 2. Stephen Goldner and Jeff Flero, row 3. Randy Shreve, Zach Neubauer, row 4. Ryan Beagle, Matt Tell to round out the top 10. Here we go. Another good start from Slide Job. LaFawn challenging Hine for the 2 spot. Great restart for him as he clears the Professor down the back chute. And now tries to go after Salas for the lead. Slide Job does not work there. Hine moves up and it falls back to 3rd. Now LaFawn challenges Salas for the race lead. Look at this battle. 8 cards, 2 by 2 into 3 and 4 against Talladega. Oh my goodness. LaFawn leads in the line. Incredible stuff happening here. Hine on the side. LaFawn on the side. The 11 to the lead. Crisscross from Salas. He tries to send it to 3. The Slide Job and not going to work. Caution. Jeff Flero and Ryan Beagle have crashed. Beagle may have gone upside down, but Jordan LaFawn goes to the point. Look at what happened. Oh, Davis and Goldner got together now. Oh my goodness! What a ride from Jeff Flero. It's like wheel-to-wheel contact we saw there. Wild crash for the 200. Now let's show you Beagle. Goldner and Davis get together and off the wall he goes. Saw Neubauer involved too. Here's the onboard with Jeff. Nowhere to go. It's just right in front of him. And then just gets launched. Here's Beagle. So Jordan LaFawn's pass works out well on Isaac Salas, and he leads, and it works even better because single file restart here. So LaFawn controls the field. Salas is 2nd, Stephen Goldner 3rd, John Hine 4th, Randy Shreves round out the top 5. LaFawn, the control car, puts 6 laps up on the board as we're back to green. Everyone riding the top, but look at how much Salas closes in off of turn 2. So good at these restarts. Looks underneath to the inside. Can't Slide Job LaFawn there. As LaFawn leads. Good move by Salas, just did not work good enough. That was the quickest lap, though, of this race. 15:54 to LaFawn's 15:59. Salas decides to rip the top once again as LaFawn tries the slider line out. Not working. Goldner still 3rd. Hine 4th. Shreves rounding out the top 5. Shreves the first guy on the bottom side of this racetrack to get some bite off of John Hine. Doesn't work. Tucks right in front of Kevin Davis for the position. Crossover move. Hine and Goldner just touch. for the final transfer spot. Slide job from the professor. Goldner says, no, I crisscross you. For the lead, here goes Salas underneath. Slide job from home from Salas. LaFon crosses over. The 11 still leads. LaFon slide jobs back on the 05. Salas decides to keep it working top notch. Half a car length separate the top two. Back to third. Goldner still has it on Hine, but Salas trying to get a run off of turn number 2 for the race lead. LaFon prevents the slider from happening. Got faked out though. Salas may think about the crisscross, but LaFon, good exit up top. Here goes Salas on the side. The slide jump from Howe once more. Almost pays off from Salas once more. LaFon gives him another slide job back, and LaFon is holding on for dear life. Crisscross flags are up here. Salas once more. Can he take the lead? He can for now. LaFon late on the crisscross back. LaFon does it himself. It's slide job city here at Charlotte. Coming to the line. LaFon barely. Salas slides it back though into turn number 1. Salas has the lead on LaFon. Slams the door into 3. 10 to go here at Charlotte. Salas back out in front. Everyone taking heavy breaths here for their dear lives, trying to hold on to it, trying to stick it in the corner. LaFon underneath, can't make it work there. 9 laps to go. LaFon looks underneath. Here's the send. Can he make it work? He cannot. Salas still clears. 8 left. Both of them top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Here goes LaFon to try and send it to the inside. Is it gonna work? It won't. Salas stays out in front with 7 left. Stephen Goldner still in third. Good lead up a second on Kevin Davis for the final transfer spot. Salas prevents the send from LaFon. They approach lap traffic. My goodness, 6 laps to go. This race could come down to lap traffic. First car they approach is Rich Holland and then Jeff Flero. Holland lets the leaders go by. Will Flero do the same thing? He does. Lets them go down on the bottom. Let the leaders race it amongst themselves. 5 to go. LaFon hanging on the ropes for dear life as he sends once again, not working out. 4 to go. Caution is out. Oh boy, this changes everything. Mark Gilbert and Bob DeGood got together. Take a deep breath, folks, because this may be the last one you'll take throughout the night. Here's what happened. In the wall went Gilbert, and DeGood just sent him just around barely. Nope, that was Neubauer, pardon me. On board with Mark Gilbert, show you his perspective. Right behind Matt Telder at the moment. Here's Bob DeGood. Nowhere to go at all. All right, folks, once again, we're coming to 1 degree this time by. It is money time here at the moment. I say that normally when we're into overtime. But with the way Salas and LaFon have been racing each other, holy cow, that just makes you want to get up on your feet and get you off your seat. You know what? I'm standing up for this one.
Yeah, Goldner and I were running like that for a while too, and this track is racy right now.
It's unbelievable what this track has done to us. The fans are going nuts here. in chat as well. Joe Canellis can't believe it. So here we go. Salas LaFon, the top 2. Goldner 3rd, Davis 4th, Shreves. That's your top 5. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? About to find out. Salas fires. We're back racing. LaFon stays about 2 car lengths back on Salas.
That move's going to give Salas the win.
Here we go, maybe. Coming to 2 to go. LaFon tries the send once again. Caution again! Just before Salas came to the line. Caution is out for Peter Brees. He has put it in the pits. Give you a replay. That's Kevin Fry in front, who's the 6th place car. Ooh, they just got together. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Neubauer into him.
That's a hard hit.
Yeah, that was a violent hit. Did you saw that in front of you?
No, I'm not out on the track.
Oh, you left.
Yeah, it's not working out with my shoulder really well. I was doing just fine if I was following, but Goldner and I got into where we're throwing slide jobs, and I had to kind of do some work with the wheel, and that just wasn't working out very well, and I just pulled down.
Absolutely. So we'll have a green-white checkered here, but still in regulation. It'll be 2 laps to settle it. Hey, the pit lizard showed up right on time. They're about to see a heck of a finish. Lights are off the pace truck. 2 laps to settle it. If we get a caution before the white flag, we'll try it once more. Isaac Salas, Jordan LaFon, Stephen Goldner have the transfer spots to make it on in. Salas wants a win as bad as anyone else, especially in this late model. Here we go. 2 laps to go. Salas gets that free pass. Oh, he hits the wall, rides it for a moment. Keeps it going, though. That helps out LaFon as he sends it underneath. Races for the lead. Nearly gets it to Salas. 1 to go. Both of them rocking it top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Does LaFon have 4 last gas spin him? Salas shuts the door on LaFon. Salas up the track. Salas wins. Salas wins. Oh, hell yeah, the Salas and LaFon. Hell of a race. That is why the World Finals do not disappoint. Oh, man, Isaac's got to be pumped up in the chat for sure. And he's going to enjoy this broadcast to watch back, too. Wow, John, what a show those two put on.
Yeah, and these late models, we don't get the car counts you do on Monday, but I've always thought these late models actually put on the best racing, through the week and whatnot that C2C usually has. Our regulars, our top, 6, 8 guys in there. These cars are a lot of fun, and you can race hard with these cars, just like what those two guys did.
Absolutely. So, anyway, let's get your top 3 all in here. Thought for a moment my Discord was frozen. If they actually are here, that is the real question. I think Isaac's so hyped up he probably forgot to get his butt in the waiting room.
We got Goldner and Salas down there.
All right, I don't see any sign of LaFon. I don't think he's in the server, so. Yeah, I don't think so. So, Stephen Goldner is the final transfer spot, by the way, into the show, and we'll talk with Stephen here. Stephen, walk us through your race. That was a lot of fun to watch, man.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting, We were just happy we got a transfer spot because it's not really a car that I'm real comfortable with driving, and we just tried to hang on there. We had Lacey helping us out. Beagle was in our room too, so it was a lot of fun talking with them, and Lacey was a lot of help tonight for sure.
Absolutely. Talk about your run and holding off Davis there in those final couple of restarts.
Yeah, it was nice having Lacey because he could just say, "Oh, car behind you is in the wall," stuff like that, and I knew I had a decent gap for most of the race, so I wasn't really pushing it. Wasn't trying too many aggressive lines just because I'm not super comfortable with the car. Like I entered in 3 one time and hit a bump, and I was in the fence, and I'm like, oh boy. So kind of short slid it a little bit and tried to keep the tires under me.
Absolutely. Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Definitely got to thank Lacey for the spotting tonight. Velocity Race Designs, all the Bandyboat guys, WagonWheelBrothersBottle.com, Fits Perfect Photography, ABR Setup Shops, you guys for the broadcast, and everyone for the league.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Great run tonight. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you.
Stephen Goldner finishing in third. We do have Jordan LaFon with us, our second place finisher. Jordan, I got to begin with this. How much fun was that race for the lead?
Dude, that was a blast. I haven't had that much fun on here in a little while, man. It's been a while since I had that much fun on here.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. Just talk about what more you needed there in that final restart.
I needed him to hit that outside wall and make a wicked mistake. He's good in these late models, dude. He's really good in anything he gets in, to be completely honest with you. I've raced with him a few times on here, and Isaac's a good dude. He doesn't make too many mistakes. I was hoping he would have gotten that outside wall there, but he didn't. So I'll settle for second. Punch our ticket into the show on Thursday, I do believe.
Yep, you are locked in. So got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I can't complain. These aren't the best cars for me. I'm more of a 358 big block guy myself. So I'm just glad to lock it into the show on Thursday and see if we can't give these fans a show again.
Absolutely. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
All the guys over at Apex Industries. Blaze Designs for the wrap. On Crafters Lawn Care. Big Bacon Media Gaming. You guys for putting these broadcasts on. The guys putting this World Finals show on. And everybody behind the scenes that gets this show up and going, and everybody for racing clean tonight. It was a good race. It was a fairly clean race. Couple cautions there. One there towards the end I thought might have hurt me. I didn't know where old Goldner was behind me, but we held him off and brought home second, so I can't really complain, my man.
Absolutely. All right, we'll let you go. See you on Thursday, dude. Congrats.
Yes, sir. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you.
Jordan LaFon taking the win as he finishes in second spot as we go to Cool Ray Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, he's won a late model race. Isaac Salas with the slide jobs, dude. How much fun was that tonight, dude? Holy cow.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I could have fit anything between me, a tire, and LaFon at one point during that slider. Man, I hope we put on one hell of a show because it felt like it.
Absolutely, you did. Just talk us through that entire race and just trying to pass. He got you at one point on the low side, which wasn't even a slide job. Then you got him back in slide job city, and then we had the final 2 restarts where you had to hold him off.
Yeah, I ended up touching the wall, and he got by me, and I was like, oh, no, here we go. Here comes either like a 3rd place or 4th place finish. And then I battled back, got some good runs out of 2. I was able to throw some sliders, everything like that, and man, we put on. It's one of the most fun late model battles I've ever had, to be honest with you. He's a really good driver, and I've seen him in officials and everything else. So to get to battle him for a win was pretty awesome. But yeah, those restarts at the end were tough. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, this guy is gonna have my number because I'm probably gonna do the same thing twice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we held him off. So let's go, late model win.
Yeah, absolutely. The pit losers have actually shown up to congratulate you too. So just a heads up.
That's what I love to hear. I guess it is Monday night. So
yes, it is. It is Monday night. That's for sure. Who do you want to give shout outs to on the run?
Yeah, definitely have to give a huge shout out to Venom Racing. All my guys. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I heard the last lap, or I saw the checkered flag, and I started hearing pings. So that was pretty awesome. Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your Six Racing Network, RSN Trackside, I got you, buddy. Simtrax Broadcasting, go check them out with Pat. He's doing tomorrow, so good luck, Pat. Dirt Track Bank for the event. I mean, for doing a lot of stuff for the event, so that's pretty awesome. VMR E-Raps, I won my sprint race with them. And then we get down to it, Coast to Coast. Thank you guys for everything. There's a lot going on in the background that I don't think the viewers truly understand. And huge props to Preston, Roger, all the admin crew. I know you guys don't get to hear it all the time, so you guys mean a lot. And then Mission 22 for the just what they do, man. Just truly, if you go check them out, they're amazing cause, everything about them. You got to check them out. So yeah, just thanks to our veterans. Thanks to my family, friends, everyone that's coming out to support me. So yeah, guys, makes it a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy it. We'll see you Thursday.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Isaac Salas taking the win as he's in Cool Ray victory lane. Let's bring up the official results here from tonight. And don't forget, by the way, in just a couple of, just about a minute from now, we have got the dice roll happening where the Friday or Saturday qualifiers start on the inside or outside rows. We'll learn that in just about a minute. Salas wins by just about a quarter of a second on Jordan LaFon. Stephen Goldner third in the final transfer spot. Kevin Davis fourth, so he will start in the B main. Same with Randy Shreve. So 12 drivers left on the lead lap in this one. Man, John, what a race.
Yeah, and track was racy. It came in well, and I tell you, we got one more to go yet, and these other cars that we're about to see, they can get just about as racy as these late models do. So we'll look forward to that, and can't wait to see what those guys do.
Absolutely. So, all right, we are set time once again. It's time for the dice roll to figure out if Saturday or Friday qualifiers in every class will start on the inside or outside row. We're going to turn the mic over to the president, our main man of the Coast2Coast Racing League, the bass man, Roger Craig.
Okay, it's time for the dice roll to see who will have the inside row. If it's odd, then Friday night will have the inside. If it's even, then Saturday night will have the inside. Let's get it on.
Here we go. Dice, you can see all six sides, unique numbers. Okay, so odds, Friday night's on the inside, even, Saturday night's on the inside. Here we go. And it'll be Saturday night we'll have the inside row. Stay tuned for the next roll on Wednesday night, which will determine the invert for each of the divisions. Thanks for tuning in.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
This October, some of iRacing's best dirt racers come together for one of the biggest paydays ever. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte. and the Dirt Track Bank World Finals, presented by the Dirt Alliance. Fixed 360s, Pro Late models, and small block modifieds collide for 7 action-packed nights in a pursuit of a guaranteed purse of $1,500. 3 champions and an overall world champion will be crowned. Register now for this great event. Go to c2crl.com for more information. The World Finals run from October 21st to the 27th. 100% of registration goes to Mission 22 in their fight to end veteran suicide. A joint effort between the Coast2Coast Racing League, Friday Night Lights, and Dirt Track Bank, a division of Malvern Bank. Don't miss it.
This November, dirt racing's most celebrated stars align in an electrifying spectacle. The World of Outlaws World Finals. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, World of Outlaws Case Late Models, and Super Dirt Car Series Big Blocks collide. 4 action-packed nights, 3 season champions. Get your tickets now. November 2nd through the 5th at the Dirt Track at Charlotte.
I am Sergeant Clay Warren. I suffered from PTSD. In 2013, I ended my own life. Now my voice has been brought back to speak to people like me. Know that you're not the only one. Things can get better. You don't have to carry that burden anymore. Speak up now to get the help that you need.
22 veterans end their lives every day. You just heard the reconstructed voice of one of them. Seek help at mission22.com.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. You see the 358 modifieds are on the track here as we continue on with our live coverage of the Dirt Track Bank World Finals. Marty Scale alongside John Hine with you on the call. We did get a message in chat, a question coming in chat from our buddy Mike Schultz. He asked, am I leading the flip count? Good chance you are after what you just had in the late models. So, but anyway, this is the race to look forward to on Thursday night with the 358s. After the show that I watched on Saturday night, that was unbelievable. Multi-groove racing. These guys are going to put on a clinic.
Yeah, and they're going to put a lot of laps on this track, so this track will get burnt up pretty good. And when it does that, it's going to give options. You will see 3 different lanes, maybe even 4 different lanes be used at some point throughout that race, and that'll make it a lot of fun. Guys are going to have to constantly adjust what they're doing and constantly search for a quicker line. What's going to work for them, lap 1 through 20, 25, may not work for lap 25 through, 50. But guess what? It may work again 75 to 100. So to me, that's what makes dirt racing so much fun. And those guys are going to have a tall task, but going to have to stay on top of it Thursday night.
Absolutely, for sure. So, anyway, as we get into things, so you saw the number rolled was a 2. So that means here, just confirming here on my notes here, making sure everything here is correct without any issues here. All right, I'm sorry about that. So, we had the number as 2. So, what that means is that the Saturday qualifiers will start on the inside row. So your pole sitters for Thursday night in our 360 division, Isaac Salas. Our late models, Michael Carter, and 358, Dylan Hauser. So qualifying is set to go. 3 minutes are on the clock, and our first driver out on the racetrack. Hey, look at that. No surprise. Joseph Grandy once again. Focus on the driver of the number 518. We do have another dice roll happening later on tonight. Not later on tonight. We're happening during our last chance broadcast on Wednesday night to determine how many rows will be voted in each division for the final. So as of right now, those guys are the pole position. So right now, so that's as of right now. If we get any, depending on the inverts, we'll see what happens.
So those guys are rooting for a 1.
Pretty much, yeah. Grandy sets the bar 16-12. Preston Kramer goes second, 16-19. Jeff Barker looking pretty good here. He goes second, 16-141. Jeff Flaro going third quick, 16-165. Let's focus on Barker's lap 2 time. Again, anyone that comes up in purple, we'll get a focus on them. Grandy goes up to second quick. Nick Vickery quick time, 16-102. Nice lap for Stickers.
It's kind of surprising he hasn't made it in already.
It was a rough Saturday night for him in the modifieds, that's for sure. Flaro 4th, Fry 5th. Taking you to Jeff Sharp, who is 8th quick on the track, as at the line here, 16:37, not quick enough. Mark Gilbert goes 9th quick, 16:246. As we approach a minute left in qualifying. Gilbert looking like this is a much better lap for him. Well, Sector 1 was good enough, and it was off by 300ths. Mike Schultz on the track. His lap 1 time was 6:14 quickest, 16:444. Looks like he hit some ruts, which keeps him 14th quick. Actually, a better time, 16:372. So 17 is the car count here with our 358s tonight, and that will do it for qualifying. Nick Vickery is the fast time of 16.102. Joseph Grandy second, 16-117. Jeff Barker third, 16-141. Jeff Flero fourth, 16-165. Kevin Fry fifth, 16-191. So 6 drivers and 16 ones here, John. This should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and again, the sense of urgency is going to be pretty high. We have some eventful heats and an eventful race. You saw how hard those guys were racing this last one. I would say expect the same here.
Absolutely. So we've got 3 heats here for you once again. And heat 1 is good to go. Let's meet the field here in the starting lineup. Nick Vickery and Jeff Flero on row number 1. Kevin Davis and Mark Gilbert in row 2. Matt Telder and Rich Holland on row 3. Dean says Devo's girls are back invading the chat. See here. Butch Baker. Butchie was rooting for Isaac and Kevin. Go Venom. Yep, and we're happy about that. So, ready to go here for our first heat race. Winner starts on the pole here. Don't forget about what's coming up tomorrow on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It is Soup Night, brought to you by the Salty Dogs Race Team. We'll do our E-mains up to the C-mains for the 360 Pro Late models and 358s, ranging from 12 to 20 laps. So, all the action beginning at 7 p.m. on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Keep in mind there is no qualifying, no heat racing. It is just practice and then right to our features. Again, winner starts on pole position for our 25-lap feature tonight in non-qualifier Night B, as Vickery and Flero are set to go racing along with the rest of the field here for heat race number 1. Top 4 transfer, everyone else extra practice. Flero up the racetrack, not the start that he wants. Vickery gets out to the early lead. Flero may have touched the tire with Nick Vickery to get that left front off the ground just a little bit as Vickery leads lap 1. Flero second, Davis third, Gilbert falling back in the 4th spot. Telder goes up the racetrack. Doesn't work for him as he was trying to look for 4th there on Gilbert. Flero trying to go the long way around Vickery for the race lead, not working out. Davis edging Gilbert for 3rd at the moment, John.
Yeah, good battle there for 3rd, side by side through turn 1 between the 121 of Davis and Gilbert in the 76 here. And those guys, whoa!
They touched the tires, but that cost Gilbert a transfer spot. Telder takes the 4th spot with 3 laps complete. Rich Holland at the caboose of this train, right in 6th, but Gilbert wants that spot. Underneath Telder, he goes for P4. Cross flags up, 4 up and 4 down. Vickery pulling away, has a 4.5 second advantage on Flero. You see Flero try and send it there. I don't blame him for doing that. As much as you can to try and get the lead without trying to wreck the guy in front of you, John.
Yeah, and they're pushing like, we've the night, the word for the night is urgency, and you're seeing it once again.
Tell you, Rich Holland has crashed it. He is going to the B main. Telder still with a chance at P3 on Davis. Right on board with them. Meanwhile, white flag is out. 1 lap to go here in Heat 1. Nick Vickery for that pole position and looking pretty good early on here. Flero, meanwhile, up the track. Davis may have a chance. Everyone working the high side. And off of turn 4, Nick Vickery to see the checkers. He starts on pole tonight. Flero second over Davis by around 0.2. Davis third. Telder gets the final transfer spot. So we move to heat race number 2. Let's get you your starting lineup here. Joseph Grandy and Kevin Fry on row number 1. Zach Neubauer, Joe Canellis, row 2. Mike Schultz, Gary Sigelcal, row number 3. One to go here when we come to the line. Winner will start next to Vickery on the front row. So, John, what are we thinking here as we get ready for heat race number 2? Are we looking like we got a Fry-Grandy battle on our hands, or do we see a spoiler?
You know, I don't know. You got a lot of aggressive guys in here, and right now the track has a heck of a lot of tech, which means everybody's going to be going pretty much about the same speed. So you're going to have to kind of root and gouge for positions here, and we'll see how that turns out with, like I said, these little more aggressive drivers in this one.
Alrighty. Grandy and Fry set to get us going for heat race number 2. Again, top 4 transfer. Grandy gained the jump entering the corner just barely. Don't think he'll be able to clear Fry here off the corner. He cannot. Neubauer and Canellis going to war for P3 on the racetrack. And off the corner, lap 1 is in the books, led by Grandy just barely. But Fry challenging up top. Neubauer nearly making contact. There is contact with Canellis. That's tight. Around goes 1, and upside down goes 2 of them. Canellis and Schulte for the 3rd time tonight. What on earth happened there, John?
Again, 2 guys going for the same spot coming out of the corner, and chaos ensued. These guys have been driving all night with mostly take and really not a whole lot of give, and it continues.
3 flips for Schultz again. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. That's a topsy-turvy night for him, that's for sure. As we watch the battle for the race lead, let's ride on board with Grandy in the 518. Trying to run the middle line around the track. Any groove here is possible at Charlotte. Again, it all depends on the momentum you get.
Yeah, and these cars, even more so than the Pro Lates, momentum is key here. These cars bog down a little bit easier than even what the Pro Lates do. And you break that momentum, it can cost you, 3-4 car lengths pretty easy.
That middle line slickened up already. 2 to go here in this heat. Get Fry and Grandy. Winner starts in 2nd. Loser starts in 5th.
And Sigelkow's up to 3rd, so he's
oh,
in a
wow.
transfer spot.
How about Gary? Nice run for him. Getting past that big accident. Not bad on his part. You see Fry shut the door on Grandy, slides up the track, opens the door for the 518. They go down the back straightaway. Grandy's got a chance at it. Does he go for the slider? No, he doesn't. It's going to be a photo finish to the checkered flag, and at the line, oh, Grandy by 4,000ths of a second. Wow.
I got Kevin Fry winning that.
Oh, wow. Let's see here. You're right. Wow. 1/1000th of a second officially per iRacing timing. It's always...
Yes, Fry put his transponder just a little bit more forward, I guess.
It's always come down to the iRacing timing. The SDK timing, not always official. That's what you got to be careful about. That's always our worst fear. When you get a close finish like that, and you deal with that. Oh, my goodness. What a finish. We got to watch that one more time. This is what 1/1000th of a second is here at the dirt track of Charlotte. I wish we had a close-up shot to actually prove to you what that meant. It's right there. Right there. Man, that's like a tie there from our perspective. Look at this from the air.
Yeah, you can't blink your eyes that fast.
I know. That's unbelievable. Okay. I think we got time to show you as well the accident on lap number 2.
Yeah, they're just getting the one to go here.
So it was hauled to that Blake. Schultz was a completely different accident. Man, Schultz is really trying to go for the record here this evening. And just in one day. So, all right. Lineup looks like this. Jeff Barker, Preston Kramer, row 1. Jeff Sharp, Peter Brees, row 2. Paul Thompson starts in 5th. 4-row transfer. The lone one goes to the B main. And the winner starts from 3rd. All right, I don't know who's calling me. It's a Rochester number. But unfortunately, I got a bigger job to do. So that's going to voicemail. Barker leading, trying to clear Preston Cranmer, which he can. Jeff Sharp, brand new scheme for him, running in P3. Cranmer, though, with a run on the outside, challenging Barker. Barker leads lap number 1. Nice yaw from the Outlaw to challenge up top. 3 cars under a blanket for this lead. Good battle for 4th between Brees and Thompson. 2 while at it. As Cranmer takes the lead at the line here, John.
Yeah, Preston's getting that car wound up and using the momentum, and being on that top side, he gets to keep his RPMs a little higher, and it keeps that momentum built up a little bit more, and he's using it to his advantage.
16:23 last lap for Cranmer. This time at the line was a 16:26, still running the quickest laps of the race, better than anybody else. Remember, Cranmer loves the 358 modifieds. So good at these cars. You could see that in the B main, by the way. Saturday night. If you missed that, go check it out on the Man of the Coast2Coast Racing Network YouTube page when we get done here. Barker still not giving up, though, on Cranmer here, John. Barker still working on that preferred lane, but how much does that lone line have left before feature time?
I think quite a bit. I think you might even see these cars, because these cars, you can get these cars straight down there. And there'll be a couple of guys, I can promise you, are going to try that low line throughout that feature.
Cranmer picking up a gap on Barker. He's opened it up to 0.4 of a second on Jeff Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp has got his eye on that 2nd place.
Absolutely. Let's get back on board. Trying to rip the top on the cushion. On the white flag, final lap underway. Wow, this feels like it's only lap 6, but yes, this is the final lap as Preston Cranmer comes off of turn number 4. Cranmer takes the win in heat 3. Barker 2nd, Sharp 3rd, and Brees 4th.
It's a nice little heat race there.
Absolutely. All right, so we move to our B main, our extra practice B main, and here's the lineup. Mark Gilbert and Mike Schultz on row 1, Paul Thompson, Rich Holland in row 2, and Joe Canellis in row 3 on the inside. So they'll get 10 laps before everyone else does.
How many before Schultz turns it over?
Oh.
I had to.
Yeah, good. Give me...
I think he's turned it over almost every time he's hit the track tonight.
3 times he's done it tonight. I think with the exception of the feature, I would say give me 17. I'll set it at 17. Yeah, I'll set it at 17 laps.
So you don't think he'll turn it over? He won't turn it over in here, huh?
No, he won't turn it over here. He'll turn it 7 laps in the feature. So set the spread at 7.5. You give me the under or the over.
I'll give you the over. I think he's got to be getting tired of fixing race cars tonight, I think.
So going to the green flag this time. Winner will start from the 13th position here. All right, here we go. Green flag is out. Gilbert with the clear on Schultze, but the crisscross as he sends it. Slide job, Schultze. Crisscross again from Gilbert. It's a fun start to this race. Gilbert leads lap number 1. And Gilbert and Schultz are going to war, but they got Holland right behind on the tail here, John.
Sure do, and it didn't take long, huh, for some crossovers and everything else. Doesn't matter what race it is, these guys are running it like it's the last lap of the feature.
Holland challenging on the outside of Gilbert for second. In fact, Holland ran the quickest lap last time by 16:26 to the leader 16:28. We've completed 3 laps. Let's see who's quicker this time. Schultz by 100. Joe Canellis with the quicker lap, and he's in 5th. But Holland looking around the outside for P2. Got it. Edges out Gilbert at the stripe. And Gilbert lets Holland have it. Go ahead, John.
I was going to say, I'm really surprised that that bottom isn't more competitive right now because, I mean, there's a lot down there, and these guys are just up top and be able to keep the cars wide open, I guess, and that's prevailing for right now.
Cross flags are up from Barney, 5 up and 5 down. Well, Paul Thompson is 4th, Joe Canellis in 5th. It's like a DRS train in Formula 1 here at the moment, John.
Yeah. That was a heck of a race Sunday, too, down at Coda.
Oh, that was fun. I was pumped up. Pumped up for my man Max Verstappen to get the win. That was a great race, even after the after the botched pit stop. Then Vettel and Magnussen going at it for what was now 7th. And a bummer. Oh, Gilbert in the Tory tire. Hello, last place. Front nose has gone off that machine.
Yeah, the only thing I want to know is how did Alonso's car keep going after he
How
ramped
in the world did he finish in 6th? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he got penalized. He ended up 15th because Haas protested him for unsafe car because his mirror fell off.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, considering Haas has been. Yeah,
and I'm a Haas fan.
Flag about. Well, Haas has been given that meatball flag a few times this year, so they weren't too pleased about it. But looks like Schultz is going to park it for the B main.
All right, not bad, Schultz. Schultz wins. Holland 2nd, Canellis 3rd, Thompson 4th, Gilbert 5th.
You think he's thinking right now, hey, you know what? These end up a lot better when I don't turn it over.
Absolutely. All right, we've got our warm-ups features coming up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stay with us. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Cool Ray, Dirt Track Bank, Coast to Coast Racing League, Mission 22, and all the fine drivers and sponsors, we thank you for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. It's now time to meet the field of 17. We're ready to take the green flag for 25 laps of the dirt track of Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your starting lineup. On the front row, it's Stickers Nick Vickery in the 00 and the Flying Fry Kevin Fry in the 21. Row 2, the Ayla Outlaw, Preston Cranmer in the 07 and Jeff Flero in the 200. Row number 3, Joseph Grandy in the 518 and Jeff Barker in the 513. Row 4, Kevin Davis in the 121 and Gary Sigelkow in the 25. Rounding out the top 10 for tonight, Jeff Sharp in the 28, Matt Telder in the 2. Row 6, Zach Neubauer in the 52, Peter Brius in the 74. In row number 7, that's where you'll find Mike Schultz in the 16, Rich Holland in the 116. Row number 9 is Joder Canellis in the 1, Mark and Paul Thompson in the 337. Rounding out the field is Mark Gilbert in the 76. Lights are off the pace truck. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. Let us know your pick to win in the chat. Pace truck is in as Kevin Fry, Nick Vickery bring us to the green flag. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? There's always a favorite out there. Pick it ASAP. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? Stickers on the Flying Fry. Showtime at Charlotte. Oh boy, it's getting 3 wide and triple dicey. Vickery comes away with the race lead. Fry thinks about the crisscross method, doesn't want to hit the leader. Flero almost hits the leader. 4 wide off a turn for a 1 point. Flero nearly gets squeezed in the wall by Fry. Vickery leads lap number 1. As you take a look from the aerial shot, that's Cranmer in 3rd, Grandy 4th. Flero switches lanes, tries the inside on Grandy, does not work. Grandy around the top, up to P3. Fry with the run on Nick Vickery. That's the battle for the race lead on the track. Cranmer still trying the bottom. That's where he was good at in the B-main on Saturday night. See if he's good at it once again. Grandy, the quickest car on track, 16:38 last time by. As Flero takes a peek underneath, Vickery opens the top just a bit for Kevin Fry. That's just to help up on Sticker's Arc. On board with Vickery. A mirror full of the Flying Fry right behind him. Three wide as well off a turn 4. Gary Sigelkow has crashed. No caution. We stay under the green flag for now. First guy in the bottom still Preston Cranmer, but he fades back to 5th. Grandy has closed in on Fry for P2. He wants to edge him out after what happened in the heat race where Fry beat him by 1/1000th of a second. We thought it was Grandy by 4/1000ths of a second. That's how close it was. But that battle for second could have Stickers pull away. Change for 4th spot. Cranmer has it at the line over Flero. Can't get the slider to work. In fact, he slides up. Flero can't clear for 4th though just yet. Cranmer tries the slide job, still can't clear on the 200, but edges out for 4th at the line. Vickery with the lead of 6 to 7/10ths of a second. You watch from the aerial shot. Ooh, some slight contact. Flero up the track, nearly in the wall. Barker tries inside contact between Davis and Barker. They keep him straight. Oh, Davis up the track, nearly into Barker. And here comes Mike Schultz. Schultz in the 8th spot, up 5 spots from the drop of the green. 3 wide off the corner. Schultz getting very risky. Oh, the side. Oh, boy. Barker up in the wall. Somehow keeps it straight. But that was a big shot for the 513. And fades all the way back to 11th. That may cost him maybe a C-main spot. 3 wide again, very tight. Sharp is sideways. Saves it for now. Caution is out though. We got car up in the wall and upside down. And that is Kevin Fry in the 21, who was in 3rd spot at the time. I don't know what happened. That was in front of all the carnage. So tough break for Kevin. He can go use a quick repair if he wants, but just around the halfway point. What a start, though, to the action we've had here tonight. Here's the Malcolm's replay. This was a battle for second. Did Grandy slide up into him? Yes, it was. Tried the slider from Howe and sideways to get, and Flero takes a big shot. That sends Fry on its noggin. So that was the reason why the yellow came out. Let's ride on board here with Kevin. There it was, and then just wait right there, that big shot from Flero. Right on board here with Jeff. He was committed absolutely nowhere to go in that accident one bit. You saw Neubauer just clip in there. Let's show you Jeff Barker here in the wild moments. In the wall he went and somehow passes, and oh, that's the aftermath. Sharp went on its lid. We did not see that, so that was after the caution came out. So it's an extracurricular activity. So we come back as we approach the cross flags. Vickery and Grandy row 1, Davis Schultz row 2, Cranmer Telder row 3, Neubauer Gilbert row 4, Flero Holland the top 10. 12 laps on the board as Grandy is caught sleeping on that restart. Vickery opens up a gap. Davis looking for a podium spot. Schultz with a run up top, 3 wide for 3rd. Near contact between Davis and Schultz. Big send from Davis. Tries the slider up on Schultz. Costs him a spot, maybe even 2 at the line. Telder edges out for 5th. We're 3 wide for 4th. Mike Schultz from 13th up to 3rd in the number 16. Davis, though, still trying to send it into 3. 11 to go. Man, it's tight at the line between Cranmer and Davis. Ooh, Cranmer couldn't clear on the 121 there just yet. Davis still trying to find a way to send it. Cranmer clears up. Oh, hang on. Gilbert around, upside down he goes. Is it on all fours? It is. No caution, and there it is. And once again, the 76 on its noggin, and I think he has a relationship with the Tory tires or something. These damn Uke tires. Evan Neubauer just made contact, and then once again, Flero puts another driver upside down. Take you on board with Mark. Could be a great view of the contact right there. So Gilbert uses his quick repair. And so 1 lap to go till we get the green flag. Single file restarts here, and I believe from here on out. Vickery leads, Grandy 2nd, Mike Schultz 3rd. Preston Kramer 4th, Tauder 5th, Kevin Davis 6th, Neubauer 7th, Flero 8th, Holland 9th, Jeff Barker round out the top 10. Here we go, Vickery fires. And again, Grandy caught sleeping like he hit the snooze button at his Hilton Hotel. And once again, the Ayla Outlaw all the way down in the basement, but can't yawn at all. But he may be able to get by Schultz as Tauder make contact. Oh boy, there they go. Wow, how did they keep it straight? Tauder, Davis, and Schultz. It's a major Cold Brown moment. Look at Flero from putting 2 people on their lids up to 4th. As Tauder and Flero said, wow! The slider from Tauder as he's up to 5th. Whoa! Sideways! Wow! This is insane stuff. Tauder is driving like he's playing Tokyo Drift. So Schultz loses a spot in 4th. Preston Kramer has the final transfer spot. As we got 6 to go, but Kevin Davis all over Schultz's tail for that 4th position. I think Davis knows it's time to get a little bit less risky here until we hit 3 to go. Meanwhile, Vickery with a 1-second lead on Grandy. Flero all over Davis as well. They hook up for just a moment like they're on a date. Flero again trying the bottom. Here comes Neubauer as well in 7th after dealing with the contact from Gilbert. We watch 3rd place. Remember, there was a wild battle, I think, at the end of 3:58 for the final transfer spot. I think we're going to see it once again. 3 laps to go for Nick Vickery. 1.3 second lead on Joseph Grandy. Preston Kramer still hanging on to 3rd. Look at this. Davis tried to slide up Flero. They touch once again. They are getting aggressive down the back chute. And Davis knows it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Way too much of a set, and he pays a huge price. Caution is out. This ain't the Chili Bowl, Kevin. Freaking Kevin, man. Oh, man. Once I saw that send, something was in my head that it was just going to be way too much of a send for Kevin. So that puts us into overtime. Of course, we got to end the night right with overtime. Way too much, and Flero's collected. He did suffer some damage. Single cow also involved. Look at that. That's like the worst crab walk I've ever seen with the way that shock broke. I'm about to pass out because of that. I feel like it. Who wants to get dizzy? Watch this. Man, I don't know what the hell Kevin Davis was thinking there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, we all fall. Alrighty. So we're going to overtime. First of 2 green-white checkered attempts. I think you all know the rules in this one. If we get a yellow before the white flag, we'll do it one more time. If we hit the white flag, we go to the checkers no matter what happens. Vickery leads it over Grandy. If I'm Grandy, you got to be picture perfect on this restart. He's been awful at restarts today, 1 second on back. Preston Kramer 3rd, Mike Schultz 4th, Jeff Flero rounds out the top 5. And there we go once again, and once again, Grandy caught sleeping. Does Schultz have a chance at 3rd? We'll see. Preston goes for the send. Flero a bumper to Mike Schultz. There goes Preston to the inside on Grandy, thinking about the slider. Sliders everywhere. You get a slide job. You get a slide job. Oprah's giving out slide jobs to everybody, except for the race leader, Nick Vickery. Half a lap away from the win in the 358s, and through 3 and 4. Stickers is coming to the checkered flag. Add another one to that collection. Vickery wins it. Grandy 2nd. Preston Kramer 3rd at the end. So Nick Vickery gets another checkered flag here. Had 2/3 earlier on. Had 2/3 on Saturday. There's no third place today. Thank goodness for that. As he gets the first. He finished 11th, by the way, in the 358 Saturday night. So top 3 posing for a photo. Alrighty, so, whoops, I think we moved somebody in a spot by mistake. Did I? Nope, I did not. There we go. We're good. Alright, let's begin with Preston Kramer here, our Ayla Outlaw. Preston, how much fun was that tonight once again?
Man, that was wild. That, you know what, I love racing sprint cars, but that was a challenge. I'm out of breath.
Me too. How were you able to hold off Schultze and Flarrell and Davis?
You know what, I wasn't even sure where anybody was. I was just trying to find the best line I could, try to stay out of everybody. I knew I was running a little bit different line, trying to make sure I didn't fade up into anybody. I know we made some contact at one point. I'm not sure what happened, but.
Well, good news is you're in the show. You don't need to worry about Soup Day tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe, coming out of even non-qualifiers that I'm qualified for everything. So I'm just grateful to be out here. Hey, I do want to give it a shout out. I should have last race too, but I had it on the car with me tonight. I was running my Do It for Chris decal, but his brother Charlie's just come home, and so we're glad to have him home. But we know his family's still going through a lot, so we're thinking of them.
You're a good man, Preston. We'll let you go on that. That's the biggest shout out of them all. Great job tonight, and we'll see you Thursday.
Appreciate it, Marty.
Preston Kramer with a 3rd place finish here. Let's go to Joseph Grandy, our 2nd place finisher. Joseph, just walk us through your race tonight here in the 358.
First off, I want to apologize to Kevin. Even though I'm looking at the replay now, it looks like net code, but still, I apologize. I was too close. But I felt pretty confident being in the top 3 in this race as long as I didn't mess anything up when I was 100% sure Vickery was going to win. So,
how tough were restarts from your perspective? It seems like you were caught sleeping a lot.
I always am for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a delay in my pedal or my brain, one of the two, but I always seem to look like I'm sleeping. I don't feel like I am, but who knows?
Yeah. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run tonight?
I'd like to thank you for the broadcast, Coast to Coast for putting this event together, and all the sponsors that made it possible.
Awesome. All right, we'll let you go. Great job. We'll see you Thursday.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You as well. So Joseph Grandy finishing in 2nd spot, and our winner in Cool Ray Victory Lane as a part of the Dirt Track Bank World Finals non-qualifier Night B. Nick Vickery gets it done. Stickers. Finally got a win. About damn time, dude.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you feel like you shouldn't have to race tonight, but my Saturday night didn't go the way I planned, so here I am. Felt like I had something to prove.
Talk about how good your car was tonight.
Yeah, I was telling Preston there in the waiting room, with the car count we had tonight for the 358s, the top felt really, really good. It never really got too thin and didn't really get sketchy on the top, so we were able to get a good restart and then try to put some distance between the cautions.
How are we feeling about the chances in the 358? I know you got to start from just around mid-pack or so, but do you think you got what it takes to maybe go for $100 or maybe even a mug?
Yeah, there's there's a couple guys that are running in this charity event that are really, really good drivers. So I think being able to advance really any positions is going to be a win. And even the fact that we've made all 3 races for the feature night. I think that's something to hang your hat on there too. Because there's a lot of guys that ran in this event, and we were just able to keep it clean and get lucky through some of our qualifying races.
Absolutely. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run tonight?
Definitely got to shout out Spartan Racing, number one. After that would be VMR Wraps. If anyone out there needs a wrap, come check us out on Facebook at VMR E-Wraps. Got to thank Andy again over at Cool Ray. He does a lot for a lot of leagues, so definitely got to shout him out any chance I can get. After that would be Roger and Preston for putting all this on, and then also Joe Halter for coming in for the Dirt Alliance and making a really cool event for Mission 22, and also to Dirt Track Bank and all those guys for their support. After that would be, of course, you. I can't wait to go back and watch the whole event, not just the 358s.
Awesome, man. All right, we'll let you go. Congratulations. We'll talk to you Thursday.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Stickers Nick Vickery, celebrating Cool Ray Victory Lane. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that race tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Alrighty, your official results here from 358 competition tonight. Vickery with the win by 0.6 of a second on Joseph Grandy. Preston Kramer third, Mike Schultz fourth, Jeff Flero round out the top five, get top three locked in. Everyone else go through alphabet soup. 14 drivers left on the lead lap tonight. Tough break for Kevin Davis. Looked like he was going to have a chance at finishing third, but then just way too much of a slider, man. That just took himself into the back into the fifth dimension. So, all right, your schedule for tomorrow looks like this. Tomorrow night is Salty Dog Soup Night. Should be a good one here. Begins at 7 o'clock at the Coast2Coast Racing Network. Our friends at Simtrax, Patrick Morrison, will be on the call for that. E-Main, all the way up to the C-Main. The E-Main will be set at 12 laps. D-Main 15, C-Main 20. And then here's how the rest of the week looks. Wednesday is our last chance for the big chance. The B-Main is 25 laps. Extreme E-Speed TV is on the call for that. The Pierce Field's going to do an awesome job with that. Then Thursday night, our features for the World Finals. 360s are 50 laps. Pro Late Models are 75 laps. 358s are 100 laps. We can't wait for the rest of this week. On behalf of everyone at the Coast2Coast Racing League, Cool Ray, Dirt Track Bank, have been our big providers all week long here. All the fine drivers and sponsors. Roger Craig, Preston Kramer, everyone that makes this possible. Marty Scala signing off here for tonight. Congratulations to your race winners. Ryan Beagle in the sprint cars. Isaac Salas in the late models. Nick Vickery in modified. So long, everyone.